Just wanted to show a little bit of pattern designing using Pages app on an Apple computer, Macintosh. I have the Mac Mini. The Pages app is preloaded. It's free. It comes with the computer. There's a lot you can do that many don't know. A lot of folks don't know. One of the key features is using a shape tool. Here I use this, which is a rounded off rectangle. What you could do is you could change the radius, almost make it a circle. You just kind of round it off. I did that for this border here. And if you want to use it as a line element with no fill, you go no fill, and the border, scoot it up to 3. You can always change that. It's just easy to see it right now, especially if you want to make this 2 feet wide. You can do that in the document settings. But just for simple design elements, I just wanted to show how this can be done. This, like I said, the rounded rectangle I used here, and as well on the outer. I put it in red so it kind of stands off from the design that I grabbed online. One of the folks in the group was looking to clean up lines. This is a surefire way of doing it, and actually making it very professional. I wasn't gonna do a video, but I said, you know what, I got pretty heavy into it, and I said, nah, let me show how I'm doing it. It doesn't take very long, especially if you're good with keystrokes and you're familiar with the software. What I did, before I started recording, I grouped everything so I could easily resize the whole project. You do that by selecting all. You hold down your mouse and it selects all the elements, and you hit the group button. This way you can pull everything together or apart, as not apart, but group it up. You're grouping it. Alright, so we're gonna left mouse click, we're gonna ungroup it. And here I was doing the moon. This is actually with a double click, it toggles between editing. Let's see, go back here. Make editable, or just a static image. To make editable, that's what you want to do. To make changes in waypoints. All the waypoints are the little dots that make up aspects of the design. Now the neat feature is every time you click on a waypoint, it creates another one in between. So if you want to make slight adjustments, you can do that. So you click here, it's going to make another one here. I really didn't want to do that. So they say if you did do something like that, you can Command Z, which brings it back to the last time you used it. I was kind of playing around with the nose, and we can really define this. Make it a hook nose. And if you want to get in close to all of this, you can blow it up. Just scroll down and over. Say you want to, really see what you're doing. I don't know what kind of nose you want, but typically in here it has more of a indent and a little crown. You can do that. Do this. Pull it out a little bit. You have the upper lip. Now everything is done You could also change the point to a curve just by double clicking it. So you change this point to a curve. It's saying double click between straight and curved lines. So, just say you want to make it usable for stained glass. You don't need too deep of a curve. You're not going to be able to cut it without a saw. Let's say we got the lip going down. You bring this out, bring this in, you bring this up. Let's see, bring this one, bring another one, another waypoint here, just to give it kind of like a bottom lip. Right, something like that. Now here you see this is too flat, so you just grab it here, and say you want to get rid of this bump. Click on that waypoint and you delete it. This is the one here. You delete it. That'll give you a better curve again. I mean, sometimes you gotta zoom out to see what you're doing. But here you're just kind of moving stuff around. Yeah, to show you. Let's zoom back to 125. And selecting it as an image also helps you make changes like that. Alright. So you want to make it bigger. If you say, alright, this is a little too gnarly here, see if you delete that. See, you delete it and it gets rid of that curved section. Let's see. Just want to pull this up. Alright, so we have our moon, and this is all, you kind of work with it as you go. What I did to make this moon, this is really just a one line, and using the tools you can make changes to it, to the line. You can grab it, move it around. I'll show you how I did that. That's probably the confusing part. Go to shape, get a line. That's for demonstration purposes. Now what you want to do is change it to 3 points so you can see it. And then you left mouse click or option click, make editable. You make it curve. That's how I made the moon. And then you hit the end waypoint, you say close the path. What that does is it closes it. Now once it's closed, you can go back to the, so go right here, go back to the style. You got to click it as an image, because now it's an image, it's not an editable line. Then you go to fill, go color fill, go to white. So now it'll bring it in as an image on top. So you could do three-dimensional, work with it. You could also change the opacity to see what's going on behind it. That's what I did for this part right here. If I increase it, you won't see the design below. So I kind of made it less opaque, a little transparent, so you can see it. And going back to this section here, just say, you want to make a moon. I'm dragging off the page, and this isn't part of the design, but again, this is one line, and I put a nice curve to it. You left mouse click, it's an option click, or if you're a left mouse clicker, you right mouse click. And make editable, hit the waypoint in the middle, and drag it over. This one, you could shape it however you want. Right? Okay, say, alright, I like that move. Okay? Then you go into the arrange, and you can change the angle. It's quite easy to do. And again, move it any way you want. The Pages app is very, very powerful. It also, what's nice about it, you can make little changes on the fly. Say that just doesn't look right. You know, you want to do this, do that. I mean, it's so easy. And then by Command Z, everything, you can delete the last process. Now, I'm looking at this. I kind of like it. I'm gonna go ahead and shorten up this chin area. It's just a little too hard for me. I was kind of following the original design below. It's just that little change right there. All right. Now again, this, if you click on it like that and make it a image, the style, the fill, color fill. You know, now it's a solid piece. You can see it as a piece. There's also, you can do image fill. Choose it. I'm going to choose an image I have stored on my computer. Let's see, come on. Here we go. I'm just going to grab a blue. And then you can actually fill it with glass and move it however you want to do. We're not going to do any fill because we're going to go back to the tutorial. Alright, now you have this, but you can drag it any way you want. You can, put it over the border a little bit if you want. And next, say you want to do a cloud. Alright. You can go back to a circle. Alright, you can do that. Bring it up like that. And left mouse click, make editable. Now here, what I'm doing is I'm keeping this black so I can see it. You see how I pulled this circle? This waypoint is in the shape of a circle. So that's telling you it's a curved line. Alright? You double click it, it makes it a point. Alright? So you wanted a point. I'm just gonna try to copy that cloud that's down there. You know, double click it, make it a point. I guess like that. Grab this one. That. Now, what do we got behind? Actually, I have to go ahead and change that to white. Excuse me. 3 points. And then change how the translucent it is. Being I'm copying something. All right, so I'm trying to keep it true to the original. Sometimes, especially in nature, you know, if it's too true, it doesn't look real. You want to do that, make it a sharp point. Honestly, this kind of design, you don't want it. See, now this is a square. You want to make that a curved point. See, I smoothed it out. Alright, so we have a little bumpy cloud like that. Go this one, make it a sharp point, bring it in. Now all of this, it's irrelevant because what I'm going to do, I'm going to send this to back. So by sending it to the back, everything that's in front of it will show except for the transparent background. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and say, alright, send to back. Now, you're not going to see it because it's behind this layer, the actual this layer right here. Oop. Let's send that to the back. Alright, now we're going to send this to the back. Okay. I'm trying to copy an image. Hold on. Send that to back. I usually don't copy on top of stuff. You know, for this purpose here I am. So I'm trying to grab this thing. There we go. I just want to move that aside. Right, we can move it back. I'm just going to shrink it down. It's still there. And then here, this, let's see, color fill. See if I can get it. Trying to color fill line. Alright. Bring to front. That's it. Opacity, color fill. That should be right. Let's see. What is this here? Bring to front. Let's see. I'm trying to grab this cloud. Well, you know, without going nuts with this, another way of doing it is you just go ahead and you divide the path. I'm going to do that. Actually make life easier. And then here, divide the path. And then we're going to go ahead and take this, click on this, delete, delete, just get rid of this section area. Oh. I don't know why I can't get rid of it. Alright, come on. Sometimes it's a little tricky. But anyway. I'm going to delete that. Break apart. There we go. I knew it was in there. Bear with me. I don't typically run through all of these features because I do a lot of hand drawing. Again, this is basically to show how to clean up a drawing that has been done. See, make editable. I'm sorry. So you don't want that big point, right? Gonna bring that to front and fill. Gotta put a color fill on that. So we have that cloud, the moon, and then I believe we had another cloud. Let's see, on the bottom. Do that to copy it. And then again, the same thing. Use it, the line. You know, this one's got a Bezier curve feature in it. It's very limited, so I wouldn't recommend using this curved line. I just go with the straight line. They also have a lot of different shapes. There's actually a cloud shape in here, but it's very, very limited. It's not as powerful as a line. All right. line, when you make lines editable, um, there's just so much you can do with it. If you want to bring it somewhere right around here, I'm just going with the waypoints at the ends. Alright, I'm going to grab this, that's straight. It's going to kind of move along quick here. Oh, this is going to, yeah, it's going to be in front of the moon. Let's see. Again, you know, you can point, and then yeah, okay, I think that's what we got. Alright, so let's go ahead and click off that, select this again, let's move it out of the way. That's fine, don't worry about it. And then going back to here, you can make hard adjustments like that. You can do style, color fill, so it cuts over the moon. Say, alright, that's interesting, maybe a little bit more. There you go. That. Right? Say, this doesn't touch here? No, no problem. Just double click it and drag it down. Drag this square right on the middle of the line. Same as with this one. Alright, so here, now we have a cloud. We have the cloud, we have the moon. That's 3 point, you know what it is, this has got this one, opaque. No line. Bring it to the front. Oh, that's why, I lowered the, alright. Bring this to the front. So whenever you bring it to the front, it's going to cover this too. So you got to select that, bring that to front. So you're working with elements. From this point, you could easily print this and go over with a marker and, you know, fill in the spots, fill in what you want to do. You could also, you know, use your lines. Go to 3. What I like to do is you make one, make it editable, right? You copy it, that's Command C. And Command V is paste, paste, paste. I got 4 of them here. And what you can do is grab one. Say you want to fix the top of this moon here. You know, make editable, or you could double click it because it's already in the editable mode. Put it right there. If you want your moon just to go like that, you can have it just go like that, kind of make it look abstract. You could also do something a little different. You can go ahead and put a line like that. Let's see. You could check to see if this is vertical. So it's showing it's 45 degrees, but it's 45 plus this 45. So this is a true 90 right here. So what you could do, you take that, right? You grab another one. See, 0 degrees. You see, went to 0. That means it's on a flat plane, like that. Now here we want to double click it. Come on. Why are you not letting me select it? Selecting that. I don't want that. Alright. So if it gets wonky, weird sometimes, you know, send it to the back. And then you could select that. And just to clean it out, to back. Send to back. Send to back. There we go. And this one here, bring to front. Why not what? Because we had this point on the moon. Bring to front. Okay. Make sure you're selecting it. Bring to front. There we go. So you want to be a little creative with it, without sacrificing a line or two or making it work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a star right here. So here you have this one. You're going to make it edible. Bring it to the top of the cloud, right? And then go into your shapes, which is really neat. They do have stars right here, and this actually, you can make it edible like that. You could change the points, the how deep the curves are, but we're not going to do that. We're going to change the color fill to white, give it a border line, right? Click off it so we can grab it. Change the size and make it a little smaller, kind of big, and for a little fine tune, you could use your arrow up and down. Bring to front, so you don't want that line cutting through. And then what's nice about doing that, it eliminated the big line you would have coming off the moon. You know, it makes it small so it doesn't stand out so much, right? That's why we did that. Let's make edible. When you make edible, you can really fine tune your lines too. You get really close up to what you're doing. Alright, so this moon you can cut one piece, but just say, alright, I'm just it's a little too heavy. So what I'm doing is I'm holding down the shift key as I highlight these elements like that. Hold, and what that does, it selects all of them, so I can move them all at one time. That's a little advanced, but it's something you can do with the Mac, with Pages. Just say, I'm going to go ahead and select this one and this one. Actually, I think I'll just have to select this one. Actually, you don't even have to do that. You just click off it, select it as an image, and just shrink the size. Bring it out to what size you want. But actually, this moon is actually, in good proportions. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring it a little closer, just because this line, you don't want it to impede with the design too much. You could also you say, well, I can move it like that. Alright? Move it like that. You can honestly, this cloud here, bring to front. I mean, it can be done that way. You just have the moon kind of between the clouds. Just say. You don't have to. Just send it to the back again. So I made this with a background, so I'm going to say no fill. And this one as well, no fill. So now we could see the whole line, all the line elements. And I'm pretty much going into simple stages of designing with the Pages app. Again, double click it. So it keeps selecting this one. I don't know why. Let's send it to the back. You know what? I think maybe I got something here. Oh, let's just see. Oh, maybe this, because this is in the way. I don't know. Send to back. See if I can grab it. Send to back. Send to back. There we go. I'm going to bring that to the front. Alright, and we're going to bring... You have to think about layers. Click on that. You send that to back. And bring that to the front. Alright, so we got that back. Now we have this issue with the line. Okay, let's see. Yeah, make that edible. Oh yeah, I know why, because make that whole thing edible. Yeah, I have to bring this diamond in the front, so I can't. I gotta go send it to the back. Come on. Oh. Back. Right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move that out of the way. Back. So sometimes it's better to work with shorter line elements so you don't have this issue with these overlapping problems I'm having. So here, see, being I dragged it off, I can put it back on. Right, so basically, let's see, fine tune it. All you have is this little line here. You can put a little curve like that. Make edible. So you want to do something like that. You want to follow the curve of the moon. You can do that. Or you can just so you can flatten it out. You can do that. Or you can just get rid of it. And take the moon. To back. There we go. You know, for design purposes, you can actually bring the moon so the point comes to this border and it eliminates all those problems. Do something like that. And then this would have to be moved make it smaller. I mean, you don't have to have the star, because now it's messing up with the moon. Just the problem was in this part of the design, this cloud has become an issue. So what I would do, I would just simply kind of try to eliminate it. See what I just did? I took that cloud. Um, I can make this, I can stretch this moon out a little bit. I know I got a small piece down here now, but that's really not so bad. And then you could say, all right, now we're going to go more realistic to a design that would work. So like that. So yeah, feel comfortable right around there. This, moving along fast now. Double click it, bring it to the nose, and we can go ahead and get rid of that. You do something like that. You can also shorten this down so it no longer interferes with that cloud. And the beauty of this is, if you took this and stretched it right across, you're now eliminating that break here. You need it for this big piece. And then you look at everything and say, all right, everything's kind of looking pretty good. But that point was a little too sharp. Let me round it off a little bit. It's just a little too heavy. There's so much you can do. I mean, you could basically make your own clouds. You can have sharp points in clouds, but you got to remember, you got to cut it. So if you do it like that, everybody can see it's a cloud. So a little bit of a pointy inside cut will be okay. All right? You look at the whole thing. You say that this ain't lining up. You see that square right here? I'm pointing this square. It's not perfectly horizontal with this line. It's a little lower. So what you want to do, hit the arrow buttons on your keyboard, and by selecting it, it'll move it over. As well, you could use a bump to the right. All right. So we're looking pretty good here. You have a little bump right here. You could fix that. I mean, I don't think it's such a big issue. Some people have, they say, oh, you got a little bump there. All right, let me fix it. Let me take this and let me get rid of that little bump right there. How's that? Is that better? Okay. And then if you're going with the double border, this, the curved section, it's kind of nice. What you want to do is, see, the app will actually give you suggested centering lines. See that line that showed up in the middle? It's saying, yeah, that's centered on your page. So you want to do the same thing with the second one in. You send that to back. And do the same thing. It's centered there. Oop. My apologies. That's why I get in trouble. I start moving stuff around. Alright. So you got the crosshairs going right down the middle. That's telling you that in fact this element is perfectly centered, which is going to be equal in size to the outer area. Let me just check it again. That's something I should have done early in the process, because it's really messing up the design by moving it, right? Making changes. But it's pretty much done. Now here, what I like to do, say I'm going to use fix that. So I like the center. I like this center area, but I want the background to be a little bit different from out here. So the easy way you do that in Pages, you hit the Shift, Command, and 4 key. What that does, it opens up a clipping feature. Allows you to select this area. Okay? It's going to select it as an image. You go to the left. These are pages. You work on Pages. A new page. And you hit paste. Alright. Now this is now an image. So you want to take the image and you remove the background. Now if you just do remove background, it's a little aggressive. So you want to reset it and come back and manually do it. It's just a little quirky thing with Pages. No, not a big deal, but it does that. But just remember to keep an eye on that. I'm going to give it a border, 3 points. So you can't change this red to black now because it was created red here. If you did this, you could change it all to black. Change this to, or you know, the reason why I did that, copy this as an image, is now I'm going to take this. I'm not going to do a clipping. I'm going to copy this actual border. I mean, why I'm being so, you know, I'm trying to get very accurate with things. Just because, you know, for demonstration, just send it to back. Now here, say it's a little small. See, it centered it. You want a thinner border. You can do that. And as well, you can make changes to the size of the outer border or inner border. But the reason why I created this into an image, because now that we want to take shapes, like a line, go 3. So you want to go right down the middle. See, it's 90 degrees, and you go bring that to the front. See? It's got your background line. This line is already centered on the page. You can copy that, Command C, Command V, paste it, bring it over here. Center back, so you can have a border like that. It's just saving you a step from trying to, you know, get it all, you know, do little pieces. Send that to back. So just grab this. I already have that copied, so we're gonna go ahead and paste it again. And just say, I know what. Delete that. I'm going to copy that. Should show a distance. For some reason it's not doing it. Should typically show a distance that it's the same distance as this from the center. But I mean, it's not that important. So I don't know why it's not. Maybe because I have it. Let me see. Send it to back. It could be. So basically, I did that so I can show how to get these lines to run consistently behind. Alright, and being I already have the line in the clipboard, I'm going to paste it one more time. You know, I'm going to change that to 0. Say, just eyeballing it up roughly. That's a quick edit. Then you go left mouse, make editable, and you just bring it in good. Get right to the line. Right? You go center back. So now you have a line. It's behind this image, and it's now it's behind it, so it appears that it's on the ends, but it's not. It's just behind it. Alright? Send to the back. A lot of times you have to send things to the back. So I'm going to copy that. Command C on the clipboard, keyboard. Paste it. See that's showing. Middle of the page. I don't know what that. Bring it somewhere around there. Back. See, this is actually, this line is not dead center, so there's an element of off center you're looking for, right? If that makes any sense. So being that, again, this line here is not dead center, so you don't want to try to line up things to it. You want things random. And that also goes for if you want to do, you just want to get a little crazy with your lines. I mean, you don't have to be perpendicular or horizontal, or if you want to make one a little longer than the other one, that's okay. This is 1 degree. You're going to make that 0. So you have a little bit of space in one and not on the other. It's not it's not the end of the world. You say, all right. Eye it up. Say I want to put it with the tip of the moon for 2 reasons. It adds integrity to the panel, makes it stronger. You have a solid line here, less chance of things breaking on you. Alright? Now this is an image. I can't make changes to this. The only change I can do, if I took everything, select it all, hold down the mouse, I did a group, then I could take this and change the size, or actually it's not letting me. Well, let me try this. I'm going to go ahead and do a screenshot. So the clipping is really good for that. So now I'm going to group everything as a clipping. Go down to here, new page. You want to save your pages. You always go back and grab something you needed or make changes there. So what I did is I took this pattern, I made a whole new image, and the reason why I did that, excuse me, turn something off in the oven. The nose still works. Alright, so yeah, I made this an image. I'm going to remove the background. I always do that because what that does is it gives me accurate sizes. Like say I want to make this 6 inches wide. Right, so it'll be 6 by 8 3/4. Centered on the page, so 6 by 8 and 8.34, so 8.5. So if I wanted to make it 8.5, get rid of constrained proportions and you go 8.5. So now this is 6 by 8.5. right? And that's what I wanted to show you before. If you hit the constrained portions, or you could actually make this pretty much any size within reason, within the shape that you desire. Just say you're not happy with even how the moon looks, if the curve's not right, just go back to the original, make your changes. Say, I like the bigger moon. So you could actually do all that, make those changes. I mean, it's Pages allows you to do that and as well, it I mean, the power of it is really endless. It depends on how much you want to do with it. All right, so and your creativity and how comfortable you are using it. All right, so I just wanted to show that. This is also now a pasted image, so I don't want red. Right, just go to image, go to exposure. You can hit the exposure button. It's showing a remove background area, which is good if you want to do PNG. I might as well do that. Let's do remove background. Let me get rid of all that. I'm clicking and dragging the mouse. I'm making this a PNG for plotters. And what you do is you just, I'm going quick. See that this is like 5%, which is fine. 5 to 6. It's really not going to grab too much, but 5%, just till you see it disappear. All right, and then you go back to style. You go to a border. Give yourself a line. This is 3 points. For Cricut machines, I'd say 2 is sufficient. If you see a heavy line here, see a little heavy line, back in here and grab that background a little further out. It'll shrink that line for you, right? A little further out. You see, that's a little heavy. Right? See how it just shrunk all that up. And that's it. That's you can export this. You say, all right, I'm done. Let me. I got a little issue on the outside. Image, remove the background. So what I'm gonna do is just, the further you draw away, the more it'll smooth out. If you draw too far away, it'll actually cut through the line and ruin it. Just drag it out far enough. Right, and then here, you know your size. 6 by 8.5. I'm sorry. Yeah, why is it 8.65? So 8.5. Here we go. What you could do. See, I have a little issue here. Image. My vision is not what it used to be. Here we go. I'm not really that picky about, things being crazy perfect. I mean, it's part of, I find the attraction of hand-drawn, even if it's computer assisted hand drawn, because these waypoints, though it is generated on the computer, it's my hand movement. It's my perspective of where it should be, just as a magic marker would be, or a pencil for that matter. So it's still done by hand. I hope that made sense. Alright, so here, I'm going to grab this, I'm going to copy it, alright? I'm going to go file, new document, blank layout. And here, go into the document size. Let's go to the file. You can't see this, it's outside, but it's the page setup. It may show up here. There it is. I've got all different sizes. You know, you create it. You manage custom sizes. When you're in Pages, you go File, Page Setup, and you can create all these sizes. So say Staples has blueprints at 18 by 24, and it's always width times height. You know, don't 8.5 by 11 is 8.5 wide by 11 high. So if you're in the habit of, you know, explaining the size of your window or pattern with the height first, you really need to get that out of your system, because it does nobody any good. It's always width times height. Okay, so 18 by 24. We're going to make it 18 by 24. I'm going to say okay. Now this document right here, document is 18 by 24. What we're going to do is we're going to paste that. All right. You can see on the preview that's a small corner of this 18 by 24 document. All right. So what you want to do is you zoom down with 50%. So you want to make this. There you go to Format and Arrange. We're going to constrain it because we don't want to change the size. So you want to make it 12 wide, right? 12 wide. So this will PDF to 12 by 17. I'm going to try to center. Try to find, there we go. In the center of a blueprint document that is, what do we say, 18 by 36? In document 18 by 24. So this piece of paper is 18 wide by 24 high. You go to File, Export to PDF. See, I'm doing this off screen. You can't see it, but trust me, it's there. You PDF export it and bring it down to Staples, or you could send it online. It'll print this pattern up on an 18 by 24 blueprint in that size. It is so easy to do. If you want to tile it, say you want to print it at home, you save it in the other format. I'm going to get rid of this. You save it here, you export it. Right? So it prints out on 8.5 by 11. Then, when it's in PDF, or actually you want a JPEG, you can File, Export to Images. Maybe I can drag that over so you can see it. No, I can't. You save it as a JPEG, then you take the JPEG and bring it into like a post eraser software online, and then you could tile print it to your 18 by 24, or your 12 by 17, whatever size, and it'll print it up in sheets. I mean, I'd show you how to do that, but this video is really long, so I just wanted to do a little bit more on designing stained glass patterns on a Mac computer using the Pages app. And thanks to one of my stained glass pattern people, for drawing this. This is good for a tutorial to show how you can use a base design concept and go over it and have really clean lines. Again, stuff's a little thick. We could squeak it down. I mean, it's all, see, had all these lines. I mean, this all can be changed and made different, but pretty much Everything is right here. See style. You can go change the widths of the lines. That all can be done in Pages. Alright? Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, click on my subscribe. That's that round Holy Spirit window on the bottom here. You'll subscribe to my channel. It's free, and you'll get to see more great stuff like this. Alright? Thank you, and have a good evening.